Maybe it'll work better this way. I have really no idea. I hope this works. Huh. Anyway. Oh, hi. I was just sitting down here and I was looking at this box. And what did it say? It was kind of... And I don't even remember putting stuff in this box, so I think my mom did. So it says Sarah's jewelry boxes and some breakables. So I'm like, huh. So I'm kind of curious of what's in here. And I already took some of the boxes out. And then I was like, oh gosh, these are so old. And I haven't looked in any of these in a very long time. So I thought, you know what? Maybe this could be like my first Instagram live stream thing. And even if I'm just talking to you, Janelle, maybe that'll be fun. I basically wanted this for my own records. And it said that it will automatically save it to a some sort of archive. So I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll give it a shot. So at the moment, I'm just testing this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first one. Well, actually, this isn't the oldest one. The oldest one is... Oh, goodness. The oldest one is this one. So we'll open this one first. And then I might have to end this and then see if it archived this video somewhere. And then I can come back and maybe do more. If not, I might just record all these and put them on YouTube. I forgot that I didn't forget that YouTube exists. I forgot that I could post stuff. It's been a long week, man. Anyway. So, this first box is empty. But, there used to be a mirror up here, too. And that fell off, like, within the first week of having this. But I remember the bottom of these always being dirty and weird. I don't, because I always put like random stuff in there like rocks. Okay, what are you having for breakfast? Just out of curiosity. I should eat food. I also forget to eat food. Mostly because I've been emailing people all morning. So that one's empty. This one might be empty too. Oh. That's disappointing. It just has, like, hairs in it. Oh, that's funny. Oh, wait. That might be a piece of tooth. Maybe. Dude, I needed... Okay, I should probably stop doing this and get an egg salad sandwich, because I know my mom made some yesterday, but I haven't eaten any. I don't know why. I should do that. But that's kind of disappointing, because I remember, like, putting, ticket stubs from, like, movies and stuff in those. So I kind of wonder what happened to those. I don't know. I'll have to look more into what's in this box. The other thing was there was this wrapped thing sitting in the box, and I couldn't remember what it was. And so it's this metal rose. Yeah, I used to... Well, the reason I thought it was a tooth, because it was broken really weird, and I had this one tooth that broke in half while I was chewing gum because there was a cavity. It was a baby tooth. There was a cavity in it, and then it broke, and then I had to get the other half pulled. And my mom had this weird thing about keeping all our baby teeth, but I think I ended up keeping that one. I don't know. I'm just sitting here with a metal rose talking about my baby teeth and keeping my baby teeth in a box. Anyway, I got this at a Renaissance fair probably 3 years ago, because it was before my sister was married. And this was the first Renaissance fair I ever went to. She actually bought silver ones of these for her wedding, and it was absolutely beautiful. And the cool thing is that they put a little thing in there where they put a scent, like an essential oil thing. So you're supposed to replace it, so obviously it doesn't really smell like much anymore. But it's pretty cool. And I like, and it's dusty, which is sad. But I always really like the aesthetics of it. And they make even bigger ones, but they're like probably like $50. I think this was like 15. Yeah, something like 15 to 30, somewhere in there. And for something that's like metalworking, I figured that was pretty good because this particular artist makes them and like hammers out all these pieces and everything. So, it's a pretty cool piece, and I was just like, oh, that's where that went. So I might take that upstairs to put with my silver one that I had with the from the wedding, from my sister's wedding. Also, I was going through that one. I might do later because that has more memorable stuff in it. This is a drawer from a bigger jewelry box that I have, and this drawer, I have some idea where some of this is from, and some of it I have no clue. Oh, this one is something I'd rarely ever wear because sometimes jewelry that is really floppy like this bothers me. I don't know why. It's always just kind of like, I don't want it to fall off. So if it's even a little bit jangly or noisy or like bigger than my wrist, it bothers me. And maybe that's how jewelry is supposed to fit, but I for some reason just never really liked it. So there's that. And I think, now that I think about it, this was my grandmother's. She had a whole bunch of jewelry. She had like this box that I have here, she had like 2 or 3 of them. But I just have this one. This is some sort of hair clip. I think I've never used it, I don't think. I think I got it from somebody I was helping them clean their house or something. For some reason, I feel like I've done that a lot in my lifetime. I was helping someone clean their house, and they were like, "Oh, do you want this?" And I'm like, "Well, sure." But it's kind of pretty. Not really sure what to do with it. I might try and actually put that in my hair. Then I have this earring that I got from a great aunt. It's a clip-on earring. But I only have the one of them anymore. I don't know what happened to the other one. And it looks kind of like a piece of paisley, which I find kind of interesting, like orange sparkly paisley, which is exciting. My aunt had this, or still actually, she still does this. She buys us jewelry for almost every birthday. No, this wasn't from my aunt. This was from my mother on my graduation. I don't have anything in it. It's just paper. I should put stuff in this, though. This was on my graduation. My mom gave this to me. And weirdly enough, now that I'm looking at it, it kind of reminds me of my mom's aesthetics and the type of jewelry she wears. So I find that kind of interesting. that I have that. I used to wear it some, but not really anymore. This is just a bead. There was a time that I wanted to be able to make jewelry, but my hands are really shaky, and I never really had all the materials or the know it all to be able to do it. But I have this bead that's like this, as we're not, I feel like that'd be like an Egyptian beetle. Well, I'm only saying that because I'm thinking about Aladdin and that beetle that does the thing at the beginning and wakes up the lion and whatever. So that's the only reason oh, that's sad. I also have beads in here. There were 3 of these different shades of purple hearts, and each one was bigger than the other, and there were 3 of them, like I said, and they were connected, and it was a cute necklace. But one day I got my hand caught in it, or either my hand or my hair, I think maybe both, who knows, and it just broke, and all of them fell off, and it was really sad. But I kept the beads in case I don't know, for posterity. This is a little bear with my birthstone in it. I wore that a lot when I was younger because my mom bought one for me and one for my sister. This is a boring gold chain. Well, I don't know if it's gold, but it's something close to it. Then I have a little tiny flip-flop, probably from VBS at some point. I have this pin. I think this is my mom's, or was my mom's, and then she just kind of gave it to me because, like, I don't wear this stuff anymore. Here you go. These pins I have a few of still, and it says in little letters, Jesus first. When 2 of my aunts passed away, the funeral took place at a Lutheran church. And every time I went to a Lutheran church, they gave me a pin because I was a kid and I was a visitor, so they gave us all pins. So there was this one, and I think there was like a little golden cross one. And it had like verses with it and stuff. And I always found that kind of interesting, and I just kept them. I don't know where the other one, what happened to the other one. I might have worn it and lost it. That's kind of sad. I just realized how sad this is. I have a friendship necklace, but I have both. I have both sides of it. Because it came with the Princess Protection Program movie. I just kept both of them. Yeah. That's sad. Oh yeah, and someone gave me this little car that's a necklace. It's for a necklace. I don't know. That's kind of strange. I probably wouldn't wear that. And then I have this little chick. Another thing I probably wouldn't wear. But I kept it. Because it's cute. I don't know. Imagine if this was magnetic. And then it'd be... That magnet would be a chick magnet. I'm funny in my own head. Oh gosh. I have this snowflake. This is probably something my aunt gave to me on Christmas at some point. Like I was saying earlier, she just kind of gave us jewelry whenever, because, you know, we wear jewelry, we're girls, so that makes the most sense. This one was from my Aunt Martha's collection of jewelry, because after her funeral they just had all her jewelry kind of laid out on a table. If you've ever had a relative die and they had a lot of stuff, you know what I'm talking about, kind of. Maybe. Who knows? It depends on the situation. But they had two of these, and they had this one and another seashell one that was very similar. So I took a couple of those and kept this one because at the time, and actually I probably still have that shirt, I had an outfit that matched this very closely. So I just looked at your comments. You're welcome. Quality content, you know? But anyway, now I'm realizing what Missy's struggle was last night when she was doing her live stream, because I just watched that this morning for fun, because I knew James had been commenting on it, and I wanted to see what he was talking about while he was not talking to me. Just while he was doing that, and I was watching anime, so, yeah. Yeah. Anyway. I digress a lot. I'm losing my train of thought. So, yeah, I kept this one. Oh, I remember my train of thought. Missy was, like, getting distracted by the comments. I'm just like, when you're talking about something and then you look down there and, oh, you said things. People talk. And it's fine. Like, I think it's nice that that's a feature. It really is. Because I always liked it when, back when I used to watch Punditly live streams and stuff. I really loved that aspect of it, that you could communicate with him. But now his live streams are just, like, overrun with people, because he's so popular now. That's just kind of like, because I've been to live streams of big YouTubers before, and they're just kind of like, they're trying to interact with as many people as possible. Well, not always, actually. They're more selective, and you have to be, because a lot of times people just get on there and spam and spam and spam. So then it's like, well, they don't, and they can't interact with everyone. So it's, you know, I'm sure most everyone who watches live streams has that experience where everything gets buried. But when you're small, like me, and not famous or anything, you can still interact with people, and it's kind of great. So, that's probably a good reason not to become famous, is just, you know, be able to have your basic friendship needs met even when you're isolated from other people, so you can have your, see, that's what I concern, or I concern I concern that needs to be a meme. Oh my gosh. I have some concern. Anyway, but that's what I think about famous people, is that they end up losing some of that intimate relationships with people on the internet. Like, I mean, they might be able to retain some, but, like, developing new relationships on the internet, I feel would be very difficult. But then again, I was watching a video by Graveyard Girl recently, by Bunny. She actually patented the name Bunny, so I can't call myself Bunny to anyone besides my close friends. Otherwise I would. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, she did a video of just meeting up with one of her fans, and I was like, that was really sweet and really good. I think for her emotionally, that really it was smart and wise. Um, so, so I'm kind of like maybe it is possible to be famous and have close, intimate relationships, but you have to put effort into it. And if you're so busy and so focused on like your career and all and making everyone pleasing everyone all the time, all your fans, then it's just kind of, I feel like that's overwhelming. And that's kind of what's been happening in the YouTube community recently, is that a lot of people are getting overrun by the fame and the money and losing money because they get demonetized or something like that. So it's, they either go completely nuts or they have a self reflection moment where they're just kind of like, do I really want to do this? Is this how I want to spend the rest of my life? And I feel like that's the point at which most YouTubers are at today. That we watched, we being my generation that's like 20 years old now, when we were watching these maybe 16, 17, 18-year-old YouTubers that are now just kind of like trying to figure out what direction their life should go, they either quit YouTube or change something about themselves or make a video talking about. A lot of times they make videos. Bye, Janelle. Have a good morning. I'll just probably ramble for a couple more minutes about this and I'll go. Then you could probably rewatch it later somehow. But I was thinking about Daniel Howell, or not Daniel Howell, Philip Lester, who recently got a haircut. And he made a video about it. And he was just like, I know some of you are going to be upset about me getting a haircut and I'm the last emo on earth and whatever. And then he was just kind of like, you know what? He didn't say this, but he's like, this is probably what he's saying in his head. I am 30 years old, or almost 30, I think. Maybe over 30. I'm not sure. He's almost 30 years old, somewhere around there. He is getting gray hair. Slightly. Maybe. Maybe there's just silver in his hair naturally. Of course, then again, I know people who are my age and have silver in their hair. And it's fine. It's kind of interesting. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. But it's like, he's getting older. And he wanted a more adult look. And not only that, he wanted something that reflects where he's at now. So then he was like, I got a haircut. And, like, I find that really interesting that he made a whole video about it. But I understand that for him, it was kind of a process of processing how to think about what avenues to take with his channel and what he's doing. And I'm really impressed with them because they're doing so many live shows and working so hard. And I hope Philip and him both are having a lot of fun doing that. I hope it's not stressing Dan out so much, because I feel like if I well, it probably wasn't all of a sudden for them. They probably have been planning this for ages, but I feel like if I had problems that Daniel has, which I'm not claiming to, I would not be able to do what he does. So obviously I'm not the same person, but like doing a show like that, of course, then again, I have been able to go on stage many times at this point in my life. So I would be able to, but like I am curious as to what his mental outlook will be when it's all over. I hope that he is taking time to recuperate and isn't just running, because I think he might burn out, which would be bad for him. And that's my one concern. But he's an adult. He's making adult decisions and doing adult things, and that's really special and good and healthy. So, I think at this point, I am going to end this quick little live stream and see what type of archive this Instagram is sets up. I'm sorry that my words are a little slurred. I haven't really been talking that much the last few days, and when I have, it's been about things that I've been worried about. I haven't really been able to just like sit and talk about normal stuff because I have all these things I need to get done and fixed, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes of my life right now. But I wanted to take this time and kind of look at old things. And I have 2 more boxes to open. One says Little Memories Do Not Open, and then it has a Remy sticker that says You Are Special, which you could probably see, and a little flower. And so I remember this box. I remember putting stuff in this box. It was supposed to be like a time capsule for future me. So I would forget what was in it and come back and look in it. And I have pretty much forgotten what's in it. I have got idea of 2 objects, and other than that, I have no clue. And then I have this, which I know there's jewelry in it, but I don't know what jewelry. I think. Yep, there's jewelry in it. So those are 2 that I'm thinking about doing separately, because they have more memories in them, more things for me to ramble about. So that's my analysis of YouTube culture and kind of looking in empty boxes for fun. Because I remember having like the, what was it? Incredibles. When I went to see The Incredibles in the theater, I had the tickets in this box. But they're not in there, and that's kind of sad. I hope I didn't throw them out. I probably did. That's fine, it's just paper. I'm a paper hog, man. I need help. So it's probably good that they were thrown away in that case. Oh well. Can't mourn the loss of every single object you lose, otherwise you'd be crying all the time. Anyway. Oh yeah, I got a mosquito bite on my face. I tried to get the swelling to go down by putting stuff on it, but it hasn't helped, so. Sorry. Gonna have to put up with it. You and me. I point at me. But I'm not good at this. I'm not great at it. I can get better. Maybe. I don't know. Give it a shot. Oh. Here's the fun part. I've been filming on this. This has been holding my camera up. Yeah, totes profeshies. Yeah. Have a good morning. Bye. Yeah, and